In this video, we're going to talk about the story of Henry Danger, a Nickelodeon series that I adored as a kid. I watched all episodes, and now I've learned that there will be a Henry Danger movie with the same cast as the series set to come out next year on 2025. So let's get right into it. So Henry is a 13-year-old boy looking for an after-school job. His friend Charlotte finds him a job at a store called Junk and Stuff. He thinks it will just be a simple job working behind the counter, but instead he meets a guy called Ray Manchester, who turns out to be the city's superhero, Captain Man. Ray tells Henry that he's getting old and he needs a sidekick, so he helps Henry to choose the perfect suit and makes an oath to tell nobody that he's Kid Danger. And it becomes obvious why the city doesn't need police officers. Either they're too busy watching movie or too scared to fight. But eventually, Henry breaks his oath when his extremely smart friend Charlotte figures out that it's Kid Danger. She notices that Henry keeps mysteriously disappearing whenever Kid Danger and Captain Man goes to fight crime. One day, after they put out a fire at a syrup factory, she smells syrup in Henry's hair, confirming her suspicion. Then we meet Schwoz, the one who built all the machinery in the man cave. Ray didn't want Schwoz around anymore because Schwoz stole his girlfriend, but later on, Ray forgives him. Then we have Jasper, Henry's best and oldest friend, also finds out about Henry's secret because one day Jasper holds up a sign that says, "I know your secret." Henry assumes that Jasper is talking about him being Kid Danger, so he transforms into Kid Danger in front of him. But it turns out that the secret was just that Henry went to see a movie without him. Later in the series, a girl releases the most dangerous criminal in Swellview, Drex, the main villain of this series. Drex hates Kid Danger because he used to be Captain Man's sidekick, but Captain Man fired him because he's too evil. Drex is extremely jealous of Kid Danger, so he humiliates Kid Danger by beating him in a bakery, then spanking him in the butt on camera. To fight back, Schwartz brings people from his hometown to give Henry superpowers called hypermotility, which gives him super fast reflexes. Using this power, Henry easily beats Drex and humiliates him the same way he did, by spanking his butt on camera. And also we have the Game Shakers, who stayed over at Henry's house. And while they were snooping around Henry's room, Hudson found Henry's special bubble gum. Thinking it was just regular gum, he started chewing and blowing the bubble. At that moment, Henry walked into the room to give his guests towels and realized that someone has taken his bubble gums. Panicking, he jumps at Hudson to stop him, but it was too late. Hudson has already transformed into Kid Danger. The Game Shakers instantly figured out Henry's secret. To fix this situation, Henry zapped them and took them to Ray to erase their memories. But to save themselves, the Game Shakers promised to make a Captain Man Kid Danger video game. In the end, they kept Henry's secret buried deep in their minds. And after, Drex returns, using the Time Jerker's machine to go back in time at the moment that Ray became indestructible. When Ray used the machine as a kid, it made him indestructible, without any side effects. But Drex, when he used the machine, he gained indestructibility, along with a grotesque hand covered with brown, ugly flesh and claws. After a long battle, Henry and Ray sends Drex back to the caveman time. Another major villain is Rick Twitler, a man who wants to destroy internet, but accidentally creates human viruses that aims to wipe off humanity. To stop him, Schwartz gives Henry a pink chemical and warns him to not let it touch his skin, or he'll lose his hypermotility forever. Unfortunately, the vial containing the liquid breaks, and Henry has to sacrifice his superpower to save everyone. There is also a close call that Henry's sister Piper nearly finds out her brother's secret. For example, Charlotte is recording Henry and Ray transforming into Kid Danger and Captain Man so they can see what it's like when they transform. But Henry accidentally sends Piper the video. Luckily, Charlotte has forgotten to turn the camera on, so it didn't record them transforming. And also another example in an episode, while fighting Dr. Karate, Kid Danger breaks his arm. The next day, Henry shows up at school with a broken arm, and everyone started suspecting that it's not a coincidence. Even Piper suspects something. So Henry lies, saying that he slipped over poop and broke his arm. Eventually, Piper does discover Henry's secret. When she fell into a tube that leads to the man cave, she falls out the tube at the moment that Ray and Henry are transforming into Kid Danger and Captain Man. So Piper had to join the team. Towards the end of the series, Drex returns with some caveman bodyguards as henchmen. Around this time, Henry decides to quit being Kid Danger so he can focus on graduating high school. However, when Caveman attacks him and his parents at his home, Henry reveals to his mom and dad that he's Kid Danger. He gives them some weapons to protect themselves, then rushes back to the man cave to see what's happening. Drax's final plan is to erase everyone's memory of Captain Man by using a blimp. But when Drax falls off the balloon, his claw punctures it, and Henry and Ray must prevent the balloon from damaging any building when it falls. During the chaos, for some reason Henry gains a new superpower, which is a force field. After this, they plan a fake funeral for Kid Danger. Then Henry and his friends then goes on to become their own superheroes in another city called Dystopia. So this is all. I hope you enjoyed revisiting Henry Danger with me. Please don't forget to subscribe and goodbye.